This is Ray Grosswirth, married priest from Rochester, New York. I come to you today with a very special appeal to both traditional Catholics and Reform-minded Catholics. For centuries, in one way or another, women have struggled for equality in the Roman Catholic Church. Yet the powers that be have forced them into second-class status. And this is not right, especially when we consider the first century world of Jesus. When we look at the four Gospels, especially the Gospel of Luke, Jesus reaches out to women. And century after century, it is women who have been called forth by God and by Jesus to be witnesses for the gospel. And they've done this in very powerful ways. For too many centuries, women Catholics have been thought of in two primary ways. Either they were housewives or they joined a religious order. I hold before you a picture of my great aunt. Her name was Phoebe Furlong, also known as Sister Mary Clarissa. She died on November 1st, 1936, 13 years before I was born. I never knew her, but I heard some wonderful stories about her that were passed down through the family. Like many nuns of her period, she took care of people who suffered through the Depression. She made sure they had warm clothing. She made sure that they had food to eat. She died at a very young age. Yet I am inspired by the stories I continue to hear about her. She was a sister with the Sisters of Mercy, headquartered in Elmira, New York. The Sisters of Mercy continue to serve the Rochester Diocese as well as the Sisters of St. Joseph. It should be no surprise to you that my favorite saint is indeed a woman. I'm speaking of Saint Bernadette. If you don't know the story of Bernadette, I would encourage you to watch the film, The Song of Bernadette. It was nominated for 14 Oscars. In fact, Jennifer Jones, who plays Bernadette, won an Oscar for the role. Bernadette had a marvelous, miraculous vision when she was only a teenager. Yet the powers that be tried to suppress her story, thinking that she was too young. Plus the fact, it was the feeling at the time that in order to experience a miracle, you had to experience great suffering as well. Bernadette did suffer greatly with the cancer that she had, but it was not known how much she suffered until she reached the end of her life. Lourdes today continues to be a destination for those who want a physical sign of Christ's presence in our world. Bernadette continues to inspire me, just as the stories of my late great-aunt continue to inspire me. I hold before you the crucifix that was worn by my great-aunt. And this was her rosary that she prayed every day of her life. I think of Sister Mary Clarissa as being part of the tradition of our church. She was part of a tradition that placed women in a secondary status. I admire all the work done by the nuns of our church over several centuries. Yet nuns were always placed in subservient roles to priests. This must change. So I encourage all nuns today, all women laity who feel called to Roman Catholic priesthood, to follow that dream. Make your voices heard. I wear a collar today as an invitation. If you are a woman called to wear this collar, seek out ways that this can happen for you. If you grow impatient with the institutional church, seek out ways that you can be ordained, such as making contact with the Women's Ordination Conference or Roman Catholic women priests. This has been a pitch for equality for women in the Roman Catholic Church. Whether you are called to be a woman serving in a lay capacity, if you are called to be a sister, if you are called to be a priest, your call of God needs to be recognized by the hierarchy. I am a voice for equality that cries out in the desert. Let us pray that the Vatican will listen.